Notre Dame at Northwestern. Notre Dame at Northwestern. Notre Dame, of course, awesome this year, right? Second off by, played Navy last week, playing well. Northwestern, unreal, right? Beating Wisconsin outright. That was one of my official plays, but on the under, I definitely feel like I don't have a good read on how well Northwestern is going to play against the spread. Obviously, they've been very impressive. They tend to be a good bet as a home underdog, and usually every year they have at least one upset outright win as a home underdog. I was on the under last week, but I don't know what to make of Northwestern here. Notre Dame is a great team. I guess I'd be leaning Notre Dame based on the numbers, but in games like these, Northwestern has a history of outperforming what the numbers say. What do you think? Northwestern, a big home underdog here. Once again, Joe Gavassi, on behalf of SBR, I apologize for signing you this really, really tough game.
Well, I'm going to make this the feline feature of the week with the Northwestern Wildcats, and that's a little hint to you guys what's going to come up at the end of this game analysis. You know, last week there were 27 straight-up underdog wins on the college football slate. In other words, almost 50% of every game had an outright underdog winner. Well, this game presents some nice line value for us because Notre Dame is a named team, and with all those victories, 8 straight, this line has been bumped up about 8 or 9 points from where it would have been opening week, providing us with, first of all, plenty of value with Northwestern in this game. Second of all, Notre Dame did beat Michigan to start the season. That gave them plenty of cred. But look who they've beaten since that time. The list includes Ball State, Vandy, Wake, Virginia Tech, Pitt, Navy, all of whom are having arguably underachieving seasons. In fact, the two major teams they have left on their slate after this one, USC and Florida State, are virtually just as underachieving as well. Let's get to Northwestern here. Not much was expected by many of my sharp sources in the Midwest. However, true to form, they have performed very, very well in the role of an underdog.
Yeah.
Northwestern has risen up to beat Purdue, covered in a 3-point loss to Michigan. I'm going to venture that was one of the rare games that Michigan played. There was a close win. They defeated Michigan State and Wisconsin. That alone's a 4-0 record as underdog. That's all part of a 19-9 ATS record by Fitzgerald as coach of Northwestern as an underdog. And as well, that record is 9-2 against the spread recently, including those 4 this year. This is a primetime game. Primetime underdogs have been phenomenal at 9-2 against the spread, and I think it's an ideal spot with value. Take the Wildcats. In my feline feature of the week, I'm going with the Northwestern Wildcats to Saturday night at Ryan Field in a potential outright upset.
Wow, there you go. Joe Gavassi, great cat noise as always, great impression of a tiger, and also great analysis. Ian Cameron, I have to say, when the line opened to 7.5, I was like, my brain's telling me Notre Dame. Obviously, other people's brains told them the same thing. It's now up to 9.5. My gut was telling me Northwestern. My gut was also telling me under, although in those primetime games, I don't necessarily like to take unders, but I think if Northwestern does cover this one, much more likely to be a lower scoring game than a higher scoring game where Northwestern keeps up. It's now up to 9.5. Ian Cameron, what do you think?
Well, Northwestern, if you're betting the underdog in Northwestern games, you're 8-0 against the number this year. And I've been on a bunch of Northwestern underdog spots so far this season. Took them against Michigan, took them against Michigan State, took them last week against Wisconsin. So I'm going to be on them again here. I will caution one thing, though. With being on Northwestern again here. This is a step up in class. I mean, Notre Dame's been excellent on both sides of the ball. Ian Book going to be one of the top quarterbacks that Notre Dame's faced. But there's something about this team at home, Pat Fitzgerald's preparation and his ability to adjust. This team hasn't had Jeremy Larkin. They've barely been able to run the football, yet they've still found ways to compete, get the defense to dig in, get timely stops in the red zone, force turnovers, and allow them a chance to compete in and still win football games. I'm not going to say they win this game, but you're perfect on the season, ATS, betting the underdog in Northwestern games. You keep riding it as far as I'm concerned at this point until it stops cashing. Give me Northwestern official play.
Official play from Ian Cameron. Cameron, all right, again, the line has gotten bet up. Will this one go to 10, or will it head back to the opening line of 7.5? We'll see by game day, but right now, 9.5 minus 105 at BetOnline is the best line we can give both of you, plus 9.5 minus 105. And I was thinking about the under 53.5. I don't like it nearly as much as I like the under against Wisconsin, because if Notre Dame starts rolling, this game could get out of hand in a hurry. Or Northwestern, again, they put up 30 points last week. You know, the game went under because they shut down Wisconsin. Northwestern put up 30 points last week. What do you think about the under, Ian Cameron?
Under makes sense. Under definitely makes some sense to me, because I think Northwest, especially if you like Northwestern, I mean, they're correlated with under. They got to keep this lower scoring. They did benefit from no Hornibrook, but I like how people are saying that, oh, they didn't face anybody for Wisconsin. It's not like Hornibrook's a great quarterback. Hornibrook's been banged up. He's thrown tons of interceptions. He's treated the football like a hand grenade, hasn't protected it well at all. I know Jack Cohen is obviously backup quarterback last week for Wisconsin, but it's not like he's a massive, incredible downgrade from Hornibrook, the way Hornibrook's played this season. So yeah, I think if you like Northwestern, you got to think that you got to hope they keep this lower scoring, and then would lean under the total. I certainly lean under as well.
All right, not sure because again, last week it went under, not because Northwestern couldn't move the ball or put up the points. All right, so Ian Cameron and Joe Gavassi both taking Northwestern, currently plus 9.5 minus 105 at SBR odds is the best line.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.